Okay, so happy Sunday again. One thing I noticed about, especially if you're doing these podcasts, thank God I'm not really out here in the public where people can call in and ask me questions and we can have an exchange. Because sometimes when I listen to myself, I find egregious errors that I put out there in the community. So, one that's on my mind right now happens to be the same when I talk about my dad. And I was brought up in an authoritarian household. No, nay, nay, no. My household was autocratic, and my dad was a dictator. Okay, and so when I think about America, we are nowhere near authoritarian. We are slowly trying to move our way back toward a dictatorship, hyphen, 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 or dot, 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 an autocratic uh, democracy. An autocratic, it won't even be a system because it won't be a democracy, right? So that's the first thing. So the correction is not authoritarian because that's a reasonable ideology to think about, but not autocratic and not dictatorship. That's one. And the other thing, I'm going to say this over and over and over again. Sooner or later, we women, all of us, are going to have to come together to change the conditions of our lives. Okay? And Lord knows I got another thought that would be a distraction. So let me just try to make make the claim that I'm trying to make. Following us about us on the verge of becoming a dictatorship if we're not careful. Just on the verge of it, right? Of becoming a dictatorship if we're not careful. But I'm going, oh, no, 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 no. Someone shared yesterday that this is a democracy, but we are 50 countries trying to masquerade as one. 50 states trying to masquerade as one democracy. And that's not working either. Okay, I went there. I said, fine. But then, I'm old and I'm 75 and I'm just hearing stuff. And so, I've been putting out here in this universe that sooner or later, all we women are going to have to come together to change the material conditions of our lives. I'm still there. But check this out. I just want you to run with me. Just rock with me for a minute. I'm minding my own self business yesterday. I was listening to this girl serve up this news. We always say that white girls get everything, right? Especially the cute white ones, or not the intelligent white ones, or just white women get what they want because they have the complexion for the protection, right? But I heard that somehow these women that thought they're smart, white women that thought they are smart, and have been playing in this big game called upward mobility and are moving themselves and their companies into wonderful positions. And these women have been able to get loans. Other ladies, white girls, have been getting loans. But my sisters, the fine print of the loans that they're getting, they are being charged 169% interest. 169%. I'm having problems with my credit cards. They're talking about 24% or 26%. Can you imagine me being a white girl talking about having a business who's got to look at a payroll or a loan that has 169% interest? So now I'm asking those white girls that find themselves in those vulnerable positions to come and join us, the brown, the others of us that are of color, the poor, the black, the ones that are at the table, but nothing is working for them, so they're marginalized and they're vulnerable. We are going to have to come together to change the conditions of our lives so that we can change the conditions of our communities' lives. And we need to get on it. There is no need of a woman with a business paying 169% interest on shit. Leave it there. It's not worth it. That's one. Oh Lord Jesus, I just heard this yesterday and I was flabbergasted that a woman would sit there for a loan and would sign her name to that document and the interest rate is 169%. We can have all the money in the world. It could be a big contract. Yes, it could. But 169% interest is way too much. It's choking the living shit out of her every time she has to make a payment. That's one. The other thing is, oh my God. Mm, mm, mm. I talked earlier today about our lieutenant governor. I'd had problems remembering his name. And then I think I shared earlier today that it came to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. His name was, who was that in Texas? Oh, yes, the lieutenant governor. Yeah, his name is Dan Patrick. Yes, he's the lieutenant governor. And I remember this asshole from way, 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 way back. I remember when he had his neck on our children in public schools and how he hated the fact that his children, white children, had to go to public school with black children first, and then brown, and then children of color. He had a problem with it. This motherfucker has set up what we call in Texas, let me get it right because I don't want to be wrong. These are called succession or segregation academies. Work with me, folk. When he was before he was lieutenant governor, he was just in what we call our house, talking about schools for our children. This motherfucker was able to create segregation academies. These are private schools in the southern part of the United States that were founded in the mid 20th century by white parents to avoid having their children attend desegregated public schools. They were founded between 1954, when the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that segregated public schools were unconstitutional. Mm, mm, mm. While many of these schools, I'm sorry, let me just read this for you, okay? And you can go Google these segregation academies, okay? Trust me, it be on the internet. Trust me, they're called the Segregation Academies. And while many of these schools still exist, mid 20th century, between 1954, still exist, most with low percentages of minority students even today. These motherfuckers may not legally discriminate, but they set their selling points are so not in favor of people of color. But most of these schools remain overwhelmingly white institutions because the goal of the white nationalists is to ensure that their future children come into a white system called racism. And I've been telling you for the last couple of times of me opening my mouth, you can never work your way out of racism. He said, well, how you know that, Miss? Because there's a sister called Isabel Wilkerson that wrote the book Caste, The Origins of Our Discontent. And so when I go back and I talk about Dan Patrick, and I talk about these segregation academies, mm, 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 and I talk about my soul still being hurt because under the caste, CASTE system, the only thing that is concerned or is concerning is what is your race. And if you are non-white, there's a problem. Oh my Jesus. If Dan Patrick even thinks about running for the governorship of Texas, we got to do something about that because he prohibited all children from having an equal educational opportunities. This man did not want anything in African American or minority, those are other colors outside of white, to flourish. No new books, no electronics, no tutors, no IEPs, no preparation for new jobs, nothing but insanity. And Dan Patrick continues to promote white privilege. And he still thinks racism is a nice concept. And this, I don't want to call him the MF, but this man supports standing up for the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Okay? I'm just going to ask you to keep this man in the top of your category. Because I'm exhausted from voting because, like I've been saying the last couple of days, things ain't worked out right for me. And I'm going to have to take a look at a lot of other things. That's one. I'm going to. I think I cleaned up the authoritarian versus autocratic concepts, and we're trying to move more toward autocratic. And what's that other one? Autocratic and dictatorship. If we're not careful, that's where we're going. That's one. The second thing is this. Why the fuck is Flint, Michigan still without clean water? I'm sorry. Why the fuck is Flint, Michigan still without clean drinking water or clean bathing water? Really? 3 or 4 years later, why are they still without water? Dot, dot, dot. Mm. How have these bureaucrats who run Flint mm, have now taken off the table providing clean bottled water to all its communities? What the fuck? So the bureaucrats in Flint don't want to provide bottled clean water to all its communities, its citizens. They don't want to do that. And they're still having problems trying to clean their drinking water and the water they take baths in. Come on, people. What the fuck? Oh, we all must. Oh my God. These discomforts, these internal and external fears, these social judgments. Oh my God. We all must overcome in order to stand against this toxic solidarity. Jesus Christ. You're not leaving us much. Mm-mm-mm. So okay, so when we open now, remember, guys, when I do open this up, I'm giving you guys plenty of opportunities to go to Netflix and watch their motion picture, America, the motion picture. We have lots to talk about because, well, put it like this: look here, that man don't care who he fucks. Because right now on the table, all these dapper, dapper women, white women that call themselves prospering, they're not prospering at 169% interest. I'm sorry, they're not. And they need to come out into the public arena and share their stories with us so that we'll understand what you women allowed these men to do since 1776 when you massaged their ego and, oh, I can't say that, and fed their passion. And all you created was some lazy white men. And the only thing in the end they brought to the table was beer because they're lazy motherfuckers. They will work the shit out of everybody but themselves. In this country, Black people alone have to deal with oppression, suppression, off balance violence, police brutality, and economic instability. And you motherfuckers want me to oh, be thankful. Don't say anything. Don't bring trouble to the table. Don't keep reminding me what we need to do. Let's just all get along. No, 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 no. We Americans are not statistically the happiest people on the planet, not by a long shot. If you think most of the people in America are happy, look again. We are coming unglued. We are going on with a cell phone, leaving our jobs, cursing out our people. We're with a cell phone grabbing our women out of cars and chopping off their heads. We're with a cell phone going in and fighting principals and teachers because you don't want your children to wear a mask in public schools. Let me say, like I said yesterday, white folk, your children are only special to you. Once they walk outside your house, everybody now is in a position to sit at the table. Mm, everybody deserves a seat at the table. So now, I talk about Frances Cress Welsing all the time. I talk about her people attitudes. I'm sorry, attitudes. Her people activities all the time. And there are only 9 of them. And I probably talk about these 9 people activities every time I have a podcast because they're so important. Because when you listen to them, you're, oh, this is all I do. I'm covered under all these 9. Just understand that each one of these 9 people activities have different attitudes, have different disciplines, and have different habits. Oh, yeah, just take a look. Different attitudes, different disciplines, different habits. Look at education, look at economics, look at entertainment, mm, mm, mm. Look at labor, look at law, look at politics. Mm, mm, mm. Look at religion. Look at sex. Look at war. I can pull each one of these activities out, and each one of them come with an attitude, with a discipline, and with some habits that are not good for everyone. Hmm. Huh. No, I don't know what to say because I'm just going to keep on saying the same thing over and over and over again until some of you guys decide to do something different. And it's going to be people under me because like I keep saying, I'm 75. I am so on my way out that I wake up tomorrow is a blessing. Okay? And I guess that's why I'm out here trying to push what it is I'm saying because there are a lot of things that we have to do so much better in. Oh my God. And I'm kind of sick of, like I said, I'm tired of being your mule. I'm tired of people who come to vote for me to make you be better at just getting elected, but then you don't serve my community at all. And you want me to be happy with that. Mm. And then let me just say these last 2 little things, all right? And this is because, like I said, I may get up in the morning and I may have to look at some more shit. Because I am asking you to Google these segregation academies, private schools in the state of Texas created by Dan Patrick, signed on probably by Ted Cruz, but guess what? All CRUZ can't attend because they brown. He don't get it yet. But his children, they will. Oh, climate change is real. Yeah. And so I guess the last thing I want to say tonight is try to be peaceful out there. Try to understand what's coming at us. Like I said, this thing about being your mule, I've been your mule for a long time. And I've supported all of your tomfuckery for a long time. And by right over these long years, you have not done not one iota of good conscious thinking of how to improve the material conditions in my lives, or the material conditions of all the other people that are non-white. You've been ugly a long time. And now you just got to grow up. You got to grow up. You're going to have to put on some big girl panties. And we women, we're going to have to move this agenda forward. We're going to have to tell the truth about how we've been fucked. And white women, you might as well join you might as well join the rest of us, the rest of the women out here, because you've been ugly a long time. And now it's just time to change. Because every time, for all the times you've been ugly, there have been some of you all that have been trying to be all right. And so I appreciate the ones here that have been just trying to stop quietly, been all right. Because I can say everything I've said because I just know how my life has, turned around. And in it there, I've had some great white friends, but I've always known they were white. They've always known they were white. And they've always known with them being white came privileges I would never know. Okay? So now I'm not trying to be out here all ugly, but I would like to suggest, since I've been out here a minute, and all your laws, your bills, your legislation, I can't teach you how to love me. Because I still got a problem with the Plessy versus Ferguson. Don't nobody want to talk about that. And don't nobody want me to open up the can of worms about reparations for my people, for all of my people. Y'all don't want me to talk about that either. You would hope I would never say anything about that. You're wrong. Because either you're going to begin the process. Oh, let me just try to do it. You're going to try to begin the process by 2022. Okay. Plus 4 makes it 2026. Plus 4, plus 4 makes it 2030. And by 2030, a lot of you nasty motherfuckers are going to be in the ground just like me. So another thought is coming. Yeah, William Barber is out there, and he's right. Damn, people of power. Protect us, respect us, pay us. Just women that are non-white. We are tired of being unprotected. We're tired of being disrespected. Oh my God. We're tired of being unprotected. You won't pay, you won't respect, and you won't protect. Oh Lord Jesus. And I'm trying to watch my language because I don't want to curse every other minute. But what the fuck? I'm 75 and I don't get it. I'd like to see us moving hurriedly toward our destinies of peace, human kindness, human dignity. Oh my gosh. Listen to me with Richard Smallwood. Hold on, don't let go. Listen to me with Aretha Franklin. Never let go of my faith. Listen to me with James Cleveland. Breathe on me. And listen to me with Richard Smallwood. Thank you. I am thankful. I'm thankful to be here 75 years. I'm thankful to getting up these last couple of days, even speaking to this thing called a podcast. I'm thankful. I'm thankful to be able to share where I'd like to see betterments, improvements coming because we're due. And for those of you that keep stressing, it's no longer just about you guys anymore. We're all grown up. We all have gotten old, and we all want a seat at the table. Thank you for your time. Yours in liberty.